Welcome back to Moon Valley. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to take full control of motion using the new trajectory control feature inside of Mary. Whether you're animating a horse in the moon or a character walking through dust, trajectory control gives you full frame-by-frame precision of all of the character's movements. We'll cover how to lock parts of your image in place, create motion paths across time, and generate outputs with detailed, intentional movement, no randomness, just director-level control. The very first thing we're going to do is click on trajectory control down here at the bottom. Step one, let's go ahead and upload our image. So I have this picture of a horse standing on the moon. I'm going to click on it and click open. All right, so the next step is to add trajectory control, define the motion paths with multiple. So let's click on begin. So to start with trajectory control, you want to start off and click add layer. So if we click on add layer, we can now click on parts of our image. And if we hit the play button, you'll see nothing happens because this is just an anchor point. You could think of anchors as a lock. It kind of just locks it in that position. What I like to do is then we look at the timeline. So you can see that it's locked on frame 1, but let's say frame 20, I want this to move maybe over to here. Let's move that hoof over there. Now we can hit the play button to explore that path. So if we were on frame 1, you can see that's how fast it would move. Let's go to frame 40. Let's say we want to move it down to here. And then let's go to frame 70, bring it back for a full triangle. And then from frame 100, let's just keep it locked in place. So now what you're going to see is this anchor kind of moves around this triangle. Now you can reposition these however you like. I can go to frame 40 and adjust it so that this is over here. I could go to frame 20 and maybe move it over here. And once you're happy with this, you can click, you can choose how you want it to, how you want that motion to be. Right now it's on this ease in, ease out. So you see that it kind of speeds up and slows down into that spot. But we could just as easily select linear, which will create a constant rate of motion between some of those spots. So you can kind of choose the type of motion that you want for the occasion. Now, if you want to create a perfect loop, we can go to a later point in time. So I'm going to go to maybe this frame here, and I'm going to return this dot back to its starting position. And this creates a little bit of a loop. Notice how the red dot starts there. It goes to that point all the way over here, and then it returns back. Now you can add as many layers as you want. Say I want to move the character's nose. Maybe it stays put mostly from frame 20 to 30, but then at frame 80, we want its head to look way up to the sky, hold to the sky for a little bit longer before returning back to this position. So you kind of see this like little rectangular shape. Let's go ahead and play that. See how it goes up, 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 there, and then comes back down. You can change the spacing by dragging these keyframes around. And now let's click save and close. When it's left as a dot, these are anchors. They're not going to really move, but those dotted lines are going to move. So let's take a look at one that we had rendering earlier. Whoa, it kicked the dust. That's beautiful. Look at that. So if I go to reuse prompt, go to trajectory control, right here you can see these paths. So I drew this kind of blue path so that the little nose would go down and then up, and then hold and kind of go in that circle. And then notice how this green foot kind of just pushes the debris around. Pretty neat. So that trajectory control, when applied, made this motion. Really beautiful. So Mary has a deep understanding of the physical world. All you have to do is kind of give it the trajectory that you want, and very much give it that intention. How do you want your characters or your objects to move? This is a lot of control that we get out of our output. And thanks to Mary by Moon Valley.